Hello there, this is Claire Boscott and welcome to Thriving at Work expert interview. And today I am absolutely thrilled to have Ron Kaufman with me. Hi Ron, how are you?
Hi, I'm absolutely thrilled to be with you and everyone, anywhere, anytime who watches this interview.
Yes, I mean, you are in Singapore at the moment?
I am indeed. I'm in my home studio office.
Excellent, excellent. Well, I've just traveled back. I've popped in traveling, stopover in Singapore. So I'm looking forward to perhaps being there in a few months' time next year for the Asia Speaker Association. But
looking forward to that. That's on May 14 and 15, 2020. And it's going to be right here in Singapore. The Asia Professional Speakers Singapore Annual Convention, 2 days of incredible learning and sharing and networking. And if you're interested, come.
Come, yes, just check it out and join. So let me just introduce you a little. I mean, do you need an introduction? I've been in business for 10 years. I've been following you for that time, and you've been quite incredible in terms of obviously customer experience, customer excellence. You've been top 25 Who's Hot list. This is pretty cool.
That's what my wife says, I hope.
I'm glad she agrees. And also, obviously, the two of us are on the global guru list as well, which is pretty cool as well. So it's lovely to be sharing that list with you. And you've written your last book, your latest book, which I can see.
My latest, not my last.
Your latest book, which I can just see behind you, actually, which is really nice. It's Uplifting Service, isn't it?
That's right. Uplifting Service, the proven path to delighting your customers, colleagues, and everyone else you meet.
Okay, and I think that comes back to why I wanted to do this interviews, because I think we talk a lot to leaders and we talk a lot of at that management level, and sometimes it doesn't always drill down to the employees. And I wanted to do those interviews to really kind of give employees some great tools that they can just go and do practical things that they can do now. So your book here really talks about uplifting service. So what does that mean for an employee?
Good. Let me jump right in.
That's it.
So
you do it.
I called it Uplifting Service because clearly the intention is to uplift the quality of service provided to customers, but it should also be uplifting for the service provider. And the whole idea of being in service to someone else is something that I believe we need to uplift in terms of the dignity and respect and the sense of value that comes from taking action that creates value for someone else. So rather than a service provider being the lowly slave or servant, remember the customer is king. Well, what does that make the service provider? If we understand that service is taking action to create value for someone else, then the service provider is a value creator. And that's the most important position of all.
That is fantastic. That is such a powerful way to put it, really, isn't it? And so how, and practically, so can you give us some example of things that they could be doing as a practical tools on their every day?
Sure. Well, let's go back to that definition, because in there's so much practical action that can be taken. The definition is service is taking action to create value for someone else. Right. Now, that someone else could be a customer. It could be a colleague in a commercial situation. At home, it could be your husband, your wife, your kids, your neighbor. But let's just stay at work for right now because we're thriving at work.
Yes.
So where does that definition begin? Well, if you've been trained how to do something, and let's say somebody comes and mystery shops what you're doing or listens in on your call to see if you use the script, then you would think that the definition begins with taking action. But wait, what's the purpose of the action?
Right.
It's to create value. But wait, who gets the value? It's someone else. Yeah. So actually, the right place to start with this definition is, who is my someone else? What is it that they care about? What are they concerned about? What do they want? What are they afraid of? What do they hope to achieve? Given your understanding of someone else, what would they value? What would they appreciate? What would they like? What would they desire? What would they prefer? What would they benefit from? Now we can figure out what action should we take to create the value for that particular someone else. And different people value different things. Even the same person can value something different in a different situation. So the tactical, practical step is not just doing what you think you're supposed to do, but actually taking the time to reach out to the person that you're going to serve and ask good questions. Be curious. Get to know from their world's point of view, what is it that they really appreciate, want, need, and value. Then you can take action.